I've been thinking about the way I've been living my life on the edge of the cliff hanging ways. The way that I talk to people, the way I've been looking at an outside perspective of the real world and what people think of me. I figured that it should be more of me showing my real consistency when it comes to my lifestyle. And also that I need to change that lifestyle for the better so that I can succeed in what I want to be and what I keep wishing for in order to make that lifestyle happen. I've always wanted to better myself so that I can go for a tranquility purpose of living and not be stuck in the same boat that I've been stuck in since I was a child. From what I've gained throughout the years, I've seen so much troubling aspects of what could come my way if I wasn't being careful on the choice that I make to make an honest living. Now that I'm in my adulthood, it's time for me to finally see the hard side of things and gain that proper knowledge so that I can finally feel comfortable doing things that can benefit me into a better lifestyle than the one that I've been stuck with for all these years of experiencing. There are a lot of things that I want to finally speak on and how I can foresee myself to be more better so that I can open up a more social space that I used to have when I was at a young age. For one, I want to speak on the importance of following my true passions so that I can live up to my full potential and have better resources for more than just the basic knowledge. Something that I could see myself doing better in the future so I won't get caught up in any sort of unfortunate circumstances. I believe that's what the true story of what I want my life to be should be about this. One thing about me is that I really enjoy breakfast in the morning, depending on what is available in the house. I can sometimes see myself as a morning person on some glorious days when I finally have some time to enjoy my peace for the better climate response and for my inner tranquility. I can see the past tense of what can make me feel more validated for my mindset. For many years, I can see that whatever comes my way is what I'm envisioning myself to deal with and to put the better things to class so I can enjoy the good times without any hesitation. So I decided to make some frosted flakes for a more balanced routine for quite some time now.
That's what I got.
I know, in this frame, I'm looking a little bit old here, but trust me, it's the incoming beard that I have to shave off for once a week. And I made a recent discovery that I'm better off without it, because, the timing is not now, so maybe sooner when I have the best build that I want to go for. But believe me, it's just the angle, that's not how I actually look, but I will say, the 4K quality really captures every aspect of you to a higher tier level. Along with the coloring on this side of the clip, it's looking a little bit blue here as well. It's giving me a colder temperature, but as you might expect, I fixed it just in time for this little session to be consumed while it lasts. Glad I can give you guys a little morning routine breakfast wise. Now, as I said before, I have to shave once a week because I don't want to fully grow a beard right now for absorbent reasons behind. I can easily use the same amount of retro styling for putting in better effort to stick to the routine so that I won't forget way ahead of time. It's basically meaning that I can actually do better things without any sort of problems eventually heading for me sometime soon. I don't remember the very first time when I was taught how to shave, but I was partially convinced that I actually started to do it myself for better standards. What I would do is put water around the beard area that I want to cut off and just incoherently shave that part off to save me the trouble. For the man who was out there watching this video, I don't know how you guys do it your way, but I would perhaps encourage you to do it this way to keep up with your good, smooth, hydrated skin.
And you guys see why I don't be showing my forehead? That's exactly the reason why. It's still like that. It's been like that for about 2 years now. It's an unfortunate thing, but I'm gonna still try my best to do what I gotta do. This is like why I wear a headband. And obviously you guys already know that looks don't matter, but to some people it obviously does, but it's kind of unfortunate. We do what we gotta do to get by. I mean, it doesn't look that bad, honestly, but it's just, I'm gonna do what I gotta do to get myself cleaned up like this.
And now I have finally went ahead and go ahead and shaved those parts of my beard off. I am going to go ahead and now finally get in the shower and prepare myself for everything else in this video. Alright, well, it's steamy hot in here, so I'm going to go ahead and hop in the shower and get this whole thing done. And I will see you guys on the other side. In 2004, I was born at the Baptist Hospital in the South region of Louisville. It was a Saturday night, on April 17th, when my mom went into labor with me. She said that day was an actual event called Thunder over Louisville, which is basically an air show that happens every year on the weekend. She was in labor all night and thought she had to go to the bathroom. Turns out it was time for her to push, and then from there, I was born on April 18 at 11:06 a.m. Now that I'm here to see everything for myself, I finally know the facts to my very beginning through a story. To her knowledge, she said that I was actually the one that was using the bathroom inside. Man, you guys already know what I'm talking about. I look back at these pictures and I'm like, bro, where did it go wrong? How was I able to survive these horror events that intrigue in front of my own eyes? It's like, not that kind of childhood that I envisioned. But yet again, here we are. I was so lucky to make it out of the bad times during my prime of the childhood. That's something that I will forever be grateful for. The experience throughout those times gave me the confidence to boost my self esteem to portray a better image and finally ditch the old one from long ago. I can now use those old bad memories to create new ones for the better. My life can still be at its lowest point, but I will still find a way to strive through it throughout first-hand positivity. Like, for example, I sat down and thought to myself, I can make this work. I can prove to myself that I can better my own lifestyle by focusing on my journey of humbleness and consistency. The chances of me doing this can inspire other people to follow in my direction to see a more bright future ahead of them. My future is to continue to spread positive messages to anyone that can relate to things like this. Now, you guys already know, doing your daily workouts can decrease the stress of the mindset you frown upon. Usually, when I do my workouts on some days, I consist on making it my personal distraction from the outside world. Like, let's say if I have some personal problems going on the inside, I'll just keep myself distracted with some sets of workouts to deal with that personal problem another time. To maintain consistency, you need to keep up with your daily routine to keep the brain active on its daily schedule for a more fitting period. During this time, I was looking at some great workouts for my abs to fully come in and build a better body so that I won't have to feel like I'm not good enough to stay fit and respectful for myself. Incoherently, the first one that could set the mood for my torso can be me doing some flutter kicks in the air as a way for the abs to set tone peacefully. The thing is, I was not sure if me doing this can build up some sort of progress and sustaining some personal abstract for my abs to finally kick in, so I was destined to never try this again. Like, for example, look here, I thought I was messing up during this exercise. I decided to try this one workout that could possibly be the answer. And that would be for me to put my knees to my chest to increase the core area to sustain a steadily body position and balance. For what I know, there is no specific name for this workout except for knowing what I'm doing. I actually do believe that this exercise could increase the possibility of having stable abs for my core muscles. One thing I do hope for is getting a solid six pack even if it isn't visible enough. But if I continue to do this the right way, which I probably wasn't during this recording session, then there could be a possibility that I could make this dream work properly. Now, obviously, the next workout for me is usually doing sit ups, but I added a little subtle touch to what I want. So I looked it up online, and basically, I've been doing 4 sets of sit ups with 30 to 40 reps on 3/4 of the sets. So it's basically 3 sets for 30 reps and the fourth one for doing 10 of them. But I switched it up not that long ago and started to do 2 sets for 30s and the last two for 20s. But ever since I've done better research, I decided to go on ahead and do all 3 sets of 20s to even the score for better improvement. And also, you guys already know that I need to use one of my old backpacks for something to hold my foot down as it can as possible to prevent me from lifting it up. Great mind is what comes with creative thinking on the contrary. At least that's how I see it. So now that the sit-ups is over, there's only one more workout I need to benefit my body composition completely, and that will be no other than push-ups. I don't need to explain much here, I just drop a give me 50 on the regular. 5 sets, 10 push-ups, 50 skills on the fishboard. There's no need to other explain it even further. Now here I am reading this one book that I really used to love during middle school. I remember during the time we had a long month assignment associated during English class during the 6th or 7th grade. We basically had to complete what we had read in each of our books by breaking down the character traits of one or more characters inside the story. As some of you may have known by now, the book is titled Futuristic Violence and Fancy Suits, which was appropriate for my reading levels and raises better comprehension surprisingly for a 7th grader. The best part about this as well is that I used this book again for the same assignment on a high school level during my junior year while taking online classes. And let me tell you guys, it was not that easy and it was extraordinarily suspenseful for the time being. I figured that since I'm gonna be going to school again, aka taking community college courses, I believe that it's time for me to start reading properly again and to gain some of my confidence back in comparison to my comprehension. I believe that it can be the best route to take right now as I can finally prepare for it. It would get me back to the normal routine and finally better in my lifestyle choices and judgment. And I honestly wish that those around me could see the improvement of it to show that I'm finally doing better. But I guess that's too much to ask for. This composition notebook is where I jot down my ideas for my content creation journey and also personal stories that I'm sometimes afraid to say out loud. Now, at least on this platform and many others, I can tell you guys anything that's on my mind. I really have the most things to say when it comes to personal conflicts with my own peers and those who tend to test my resolved feelings out of the system. Now, you could believe that I try my absolute best to stay positive in most case scenarios, but sometimes I could get a little carried away if it wasn't for my sensitive emotions taking a pile on my mental health. But in case you may or may not know, I believe it stems from the influence that I was surrounded by growing up, and that those people had set many examples filled with mixed receptions for me, taking a perplexing toll on my identity. So a few days ago, I got a text from my brother on this day saying that me and him would go fishing at the Waverly Park not far from where I live. I texted him back asking what time is he going to be here. And he then replied back saying that he'll be here at 11. By the time he got here, we went to Walmart to go get some fishing gear that I thought they had already have packed up for preparation. We got into a disagreement on the way to the park that almost turned physical over trading threats with each other. I went to the fishing pond with them, but then turned around and left because I was feeling heated after having my shouting match with him. I'm not on good terms with him right now as we speak over those threats we made towards each other, and the disrespect to one of our family members and my personal favorite. After the fight we had with each other, my mom decided that it would be best that we don't speak to each other for a while. I don't know how long we'll be on silent terms, but I hope that when this is all over, we can come to terms of coexisting because I don't feel comfortable trusting him right now or probably ever again. And the reason why I say that is because that Princess G comment he made will probably, unfortunately, stick with me forever. So I'm going to need more than just therapy to get over that. Hopefully, this will be a message to the ones around me and those who want to be around me that I don't want to be surrounded by negative energy anymore. And that I'm really going to the consistent mindset route to save my life and my future altogether. In the fridge here, I got some leftover salad. There's a box of peas over here too. Get this out. It's actually Wendy's Cobb salad because those are my favorite. So I got pull out the best product here. Yeah, the inside looking very much clean, kind of. Forgot I can't do that. Oh, yeah, we also got a thing over here that gets the dead bugs. It's like one of those night lights that you can just plug in and just kill the bugs right away. I know you guys don't care about this, but I just want to point that out. It's a stem. All right, here it is, feeling warm. I'm gonna go and enjoy this, and I'll see you guys later. I've been learning to do things all on my own for the better. I basically had the mindset of completely making sure that stuff needs to be taken care of with proper self-management. In my opinion, I think I'm humbly consistent and mature enough to see through things with acknowledgement. Learning to do things on your own is a personal sign of better growth and self-development in the real world. Like I learned how to do my own laundry without parents doing it for me anymore. Despite the fact that I learned this very late, I was still able to get things right on time without any learning difficulties. Yeah, this closet in here is looking dirty. Look at this. There's like a lot of stuff all over the place, like on the ground and stuff. I did not once know it was gonna be like that. Maybe one day or soon I'll probably like clean out my closet, see if I can like replace some things, and probably might just throw some old things away so I can actually have more room for my shirts and stuff. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to tell you guys is that we actually have like this kind of stuff in the house. It's like a sticky trap for the gnats and fruit flies and stuff. I don't know how much it works, but like it didn't even work that much for me. I just had to kill them by myself. Oh my god. It's so heavy. Here. So you guys already know the drill. The dark's gotta go over here and the light's gotta go over here because I want to make it more easier to spread some things around and not have it be only one area just to mix it up a little bit. If you guys hear any hissing in the background, don't worry, the air is just on. I'm gonna come over here and get a quick shot of this. Now, while I was going through this clip here, I noticed that I sounded a little too complex. Like I was forced to say some things that could benefit my content. Look, when it comes to narrations and commentary on my channel, I'll try my best to see through it without any uncomfortable feelings on it, without sound like I have to say these things. I take daily breaks whenever I'm going through something because according to everyone, I'm not allowed to live in peace and comfortability for my own personal needs. But I'm not gonna allow that to be taken here on this platform just because of a few individual mistakes. And I'm like, there are way more important things to worry about going on in this world, and I'm not one of them. And I'm not saying that I'm not a priority to some people, but I'm basically saying stop worrying about my personal expense unless you suspect something suspicious without having to button on me almost every single day. That's the kind of peaceful manner I want, and it's not hard to follow it along with me. I like to watch the washing machine swirl around with my laundry. It gives me a sensation of feeling like I'm taking a trip to the gardens of truth and justice to set myself free from unfortunate realities. So, today's a sunny day and I'm folding my laundry all together. Since I still haven't found my own place yet to live, it gives me the courage to continue with self-care for my body and my belongings to it. Even though it's been days upon days doing this kind of stuff for a public presentation on my behalf, I still want to show you guys the kind of stuff I do so that I can see what change needs to happen along with it. I learned to do almost everything by myself as a teen, and I look back and say to myself, that's a good thing to keep in a long state of mind so that you can go harder for more expert things in life. I'm proud to say that I am now a somewhat pro at this thing called life. I see just like hair on this thing. There's like hair on the ground here. It's not supposed to be there. Yeah, I'm glad I can show you guys the true me when I have a peaceful time to myself.
I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing straight. Woo! My God. Haven't done one of these in a minute. Let's go ahead and get one thing straight here. I have not done this in like a quarter of a month because I was supposed to do this like during May because that's when I first bought these products. I got a new sort of like a varsity jacket and some new shoes once again. You guys remember the last time I bought the shoes? It was actually like, I can't even remember, but I mean, a new jacket, some new shoes, and that's basically the things that I got here. Let's go and this thing open because I'm going into a new sort of fashion so that I can actually see where my life could be headed to. I might need to get some scissors for this. This is actually hard to open. Can't believe I have to use it like this. And I'm going to get the tag open. There we go. These things are really hard to open whenever it comes to using these kinds of like propiller bags. Here we go. Oh, this is what it looks like. Oh my God, this is what I've been waiting for. No way it looked just like this. I remember I had like a older varsity jacket that I got from like when I was like a kid. I was in probably like way before elementary or probably during my time in elementary. But it's been a very long time. I have not gotten to open this yet and it looks really nice. The brand is called Cool Fandy, I believe, or Food Candy. I don't know, you guys see it up on the board here. Oh, it's called Cool Fandy, that's what it is. He has like a style made that was very simple. I'm gonna go and see how I look in the mirror real quick. Oh wow, so this is what the final image looks like. You know, I didn't even know it was gonna be like this. I remember picturing it one time. It's like, I want to picture myself looking like this. You see this kind of like thing here I have on because I'm trying to go for like a good profession style of the way I'm gonna be dressing from now on because I'm trying to get into more like a good fashion kind of thing, you know? It's like, it kind of reminds me of one of those designs that you guys could basically just go for yourself. Like if I was to put like a letter right here or something, then I guess that kind of matches up. Like I'm just letting you guys know that I've waited 1 month or like a month and a half to me doing this because I kind of even forgotten about this, about the stuff I was going through. You guys already know about that. Basically it's just like, you know, I just waited to do this for like a whole month. I kind of like this kind of look on me. It's like, you see the way I can really see myself with some good denim jeans, white shoes. But I actually wanted to try on like those other shoes in there, and that's why I got me some other Vans. Like I already have Vans over there. I just got me some blacks on whites. So let's go ahead and open this up. It looks really nice. Like, yeah, no, like skater type style. Because I have more plaid shirts in the closet. I'm going to take this out of here. Yeah, these are actually really nice. Like, these are one of those cool branded Vans that you guys can go get on Amazon. Because I actually got this off Amazon myself, I believe. But either way, got the stuff here. Getting ready to try these other shoes on because I have Levi's on right now. Out of the ordinary, let's see if I can actually put this in the right way. So I need to like crease it all the way in, make sure I just have it layered up. Doesn't even really look that bad, honestly. You know, just like these kind of shoes, I'm like, yeah, I actually kind of picture myself. I just like put it down a little bit, not to see the Vans logo. Make sure I get everything all the way in. So anyways, rating the entire fit, I'm gonna actually give this one like a slight 9.5 out of 10 because I actually really do pull this off. You know, it's like this is the kind of style that I'm gonna be going for because it actually kind of makes more sense that I'm going to be jumping into like a better lifestyle. This style right here, this is definitely the kind of fashion I'm going to be going for because I'm like jumping to a better lifestyle and that it is going to be better for me once I finally go back to school again for something that is completely important. You know, finally going to college, going to be doing some better things in my life and all that stuff because it basically just gives me like the benefit of the doubt that I can finally pull things off, live a better lifestyle, that I don't have to deal with the previous one anymore. It kind of gives me a better, like a figurative look. I was about to say fatigue look, but I don't think the fatigue work is even really possible for this, if we're gonna be honest. But yeah, I basically believe that this is the better choice for me, and that it is the kind of lifestyle I can go for, you know? Because I feel like that kind of circulates with better power and more understanding in my entire resonated look here. You know, it just kind of gives me like a better understanding of how I can actually do things in my life now. And I believe that's what is gonna be best for me.
Today was a long day for me. I've taught myself a lot about self care and better relationships for a private manner in order to feel like a true person. It took me a long time to finally see what better choices in life I could make if I actually tried things that would set the mood for a positive outlook. Every day, I often look at myself in the mirror and believe that I could achieve the goals that I want to accomplish. I have to work hard to finally go to where I want to be and become what I love the most. This sets me into a period of time that I cannot get myself together without having any local presence within me in times like this. As I continue to learn about myself, I'll continue to discover more about my future and how I can make it more meaningful to my journey. It's a known fact that I still have a long way to go. At a young age, I continue to discover some world known hidden gems. In the meantime, while I continue to learn and grow as a regular human being, I can fulfill myself with daily activities to settle the time. Like go to the park for a run or go outside and just be with nature and feel the sun looking down on me. Life could take me down a road to see better potential to my well-being and state levels, and it could heavily influence me into a better future for a lot of essentials that I will never take for granted. And I hope this can be the same for others who will find their wave. It could bring our self-esteem together. It's only a matter of time before it's too late for us.